Hi friends, this is Chapter 8, Lesson 2. Go ahead and work your way through these review questions and check your answers when you're done. Okay, should have gotten these answers here. Again, if you've gotten 3 or more incorrect, I'd like you to go back and review the reteach sheet. Make sure that you have the equations correct. You should go ahead and memorize those equations that we use to find circumference. That would just be handy from really here on out in the rest of your life, just having circumference memorized. Okay, so today we're going to learn how to find the area of a circle and then how to find the area of a semicircle. So a semicircle, again, is just half of a circle. So the area of a circle, here is your equation. Area equals pi radius squared. Pi times radius squared. So you take whatever the radius is, you square that, which means you go radius times radius. Okay, this is the same as radius squared. You take the radius times itself twice. Okay, so it's pi, that's a sloppy pi, pi times radius, and that's the area. So find the area of the circle, use 3.14 for pi. Our radius is 2 inches. Now this is going to lead us to estimate. That's just a way for you to think through, is your answer that you get reasonable? I'm not requiring you to estimate. But notice all they do for estimating is they use 3 instead of 3.14, and then they just do some quick multiplication to see what a reasonable answer would be. Okay, so the more precise way to do this would be you write your equation. By the way, do it in this order, in these steps. Don't skip any of these steps. This is showing your work right here. So area equals pi times r squared. Okay, we plug in our numbers. Pi is 3.14. The radius is 2 inches, 2 inches squared. Okay, and so we see that 2 squared is the same as 2 times 2, which is 4. So now we have 3.14 times 4, and that gives us an answer of 12.56. So the area is approximately 12.56. We check for reasonableness. Yes, that's close to what we got up here. 12 is close to 12.56, so that is our answer. Okay, go ahead and work your way through this one. Check your answer when you're done. Should have gotten an answer of 50.24. Again, area equals pi r squared. Area equals 3.14 times 4 squared. Area equals 3.14 times 16, which is 4 squared. Area equals 50.24 centimeters squared. Now remember, when we write, when we put our unit on any area problem, when we're trying to find the area, we always put that squared up there at the top. That lets us know that we're talking about area. Okay, so 50.24, very good. All right, find the area of a circle with a radius of 14 centimeters. This time we're going to use 22 over 7 for pi. Why do we do that? Well, remember, if our radius is a multiple of 7, then using 22 over 7 can be helpful because we can cross simplify and make the math a little bit simpler. So we're going to estimate again real quick. 3 times 14 times 14. You do that quick and you get 588. So we're going to look for something close to there. It's going to be a little bit different, but that's the ballpark of what we're looking for. Area equals pi times r squared. Go ahead and plug in our numbers. Pi 22 over 7 times 14 squared. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do 14 squared, which is 196. Then you can cross simplify by 7. You get 22 over 1 times 28. You take 22 times 28 and you get an answer of 616. We'll check for reasonableness. 616, yeah, there's a pretty big margin for error there, but it's about, it's in the ballpark, let's say. So we're going to say, yep, that seems good. The area of the circle is approximately 616 square centimeters. All right, let's go ahead and work your way through this one. Check your answer when you're done. Should have gotten an answer of 154 meters squared. So area equals pi r squared. Area equals 22 over 7 times 7. I'm going to do it this way, 7 times 7. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cross that one out. That gives us 1 and 1. So now we have 22 times 7. 22 times 7, 4, 1, 7 times 2, 15, 154. Okay, very good. Find the area of the face of the Virginia quarter with a diameter of 24 millimeters. Use 3.14 for pi, round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So what we've been doing is exactly the same. However, notice they threw you a curveball. The diameter is 24. Our equation uses radius. Okay, so don't speed through these word problems. Make sure that you slow down to notice whether they give you the diameter or they give you the radius. So in this case, we have 24 millimeters is our diameter. In order to get the radius, we divide that by 2. So 12 millimeters will be our radius. Area equals pi r squared. Area equals 3.14 times 12 squared. Area equals approximately 452.16. Notice we round to the nearest tenth. So the area is approximately 452.2 square millimeters. Go ahead and work your way through this one and check your answer when you're done. Okay, you should have gotten an answer of 21.2 meters squared. So again, we have a diameter of 5.2. Divide that in half. 5.2 divided by 2. We're going to get an answer of 2.6. Sorry, my pen's acting up there. Okay, so pi times r squared. 2.6 times 2.6. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 2 is 12. And 15. 2 times 6. Oop, drop my 0 down there. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. We've got our decimal place here. And then we're going to multiply that times 3.14. And we get approximately 21.2. Okay, find the area of the semicircle. Use 3.14 for pi, round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so this time we've got area equals pi r squared, but we're going to also multiply that by 1/2, or you could write it this way, area equals pi r squared divided by 2. Basically, we're just taking the area of the circle and we're going to divide it in half, and that gives us the area of a semicircle. So plug in our numbers. We know our diameter is 16, so that means that our radius is 8. So area equals 1/2 times 3.14 times 8 squared. We're going to go ahead and separate all those out, make them into decimals so that it's easier to look at. This is going to be 64. So then we multiply straight across and we get an answer of 100.5. So the area of a semicircle is approximately 100.5 square inches. Go ahead and work your way through this one. Check your answer when you're done. Should have gotten an answer of 31.8 centimeters. So again, area equals pi r squared divided by 2. Area equals 3.14 times 4.5 squared divided by 2. You work out the math there and you get 31.8 centimeters squared. Okay, on a basketball court, there's a semicircle above the free throw line that has a radius of 6 feet. Find the area of that semicircle. Again, there's our equation, 1/2 times pi r squared. Plug in the numbers, 0.5, change 1/2 to 0.5. 3.14 and 6 squared. 6 squared is going to be 36. Multiply that straight across and we get an answer of 56.5. So the area of the semicircle above a free throw line is approximately 56.5 square feet. Go ahead and work your way through this one and check your answer when you're done. Should have got an answer of 100.5 inches squared. 100.5 inches squared. Okay, so we've worked through finding the area of circles and semicircles. Really not difficult, especially when you memorize that equation, pi r squared, and then for a semicircle you just divide that by half. When we have that down, then working through these problems becomes pretty much a cinch. So go ahead and work your way through this problem here and input your answer, and then you'll be all set.